My name is Kelsey Hartung. I am the owner of Give Wrapped, Michigan's gift design studio. I'm a professional gift wrapper. It's pretty fun. I get to make people happy every day because you're always happy giving or receiving a gift. In addition to being a professional gift wrapper, I help businesses strengthen their relationships through thoughtful gifting. So I do a lot on the corporate gifting side as well. But today, we are talking about how to elevate your gifts. So we source all of our materials from around the world. Everything is very unique, small batch papers. So over here, a lot of this is made in the US. It's thick, it's like wallpaper, has some cool texture. A lot of Nepalese paper. It's very unique pieces. But selfishly, one of my favorite papers is from Japan. And so please come up and check this before you leave. There's a ton of it in here, a lot of different ink. It's all really special. So I like the stuff that you can't find anywhere. And so that's why everything is small batch. And you'll find a lot of different papers. I don't want to use all the samples because I'd rather share them with all of you. So a little bit about some of these. Like this is a Japanese paper. And you don't want to rip the paper. So the lid and the bottom are wrapped separately. You can reuse it, you can regift it, you can use it as a storage, whatever you'd like. And then I put a little butterfly brooch. It's fun. And there's so much you can do. You don't need to do a traditional bow. You can add leopard print. You don't have to stick to just Christmas. This is another fun one. And, of course, you are welcome to come up here, touch things. Thank you. I think stacked gifts are a really elegant way to elevate, especially you can get boxes that are easy to stack. And that's another thing, when you're getting boxes, make sure they're not dented. It makes life so much easier, unless you're a box builder. And if you are, call me. So who in here doesn't like to wrap gifts? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if we can help you. You have our card. And a lot of times people don't like to wrap because it's tough to get the paper pulled tight or it looks kind of funky. When that happens, glue something on. Like this. These are all pulled pretty tight. But I glued on a bunch of different embellishments. And if there's ever something that you don't want to show, you can easily disguise it. Another thing, what do we want to talk about here? All right, for the gift wrappers out there. If you add something that's not, it's a gift. This is actually one of the Christmas presents for a friend. Or a lucky friend. And then there's some other things, like if you want to, anybody have any extra scarves that you might want to give to somebody, some nice silk scarves? Yeah, we all kind of have a couple extras. I found this one, Bill Blass. I was like, oh, this could be a cool wrapping. So it's a silk scarf. So it's a gift with a gift. So you can get creative. I scrunched it up with a hair tie, pulled it all tight together. But it doesn't have to be red and green or gold or silver to be Christmas. I think it's important to think about who you're gifting to. Are they going to like it? What's their style? What's your style? How do you want them to feel? So, talking about embellishments, because paper's cool. We can do really thick paper from the US, paper from Japan, Nepal, Hallmark, CVS. We can make it all work. And then, of course, a ribbon. Then we can jazz it up. So on this table, I've got some fun embellishments that I like to use, some pretty flowers. Cutting them, bending it, changing it up any which way. So you'll see on some of these, and I'm sure back there might be a couple. And then just finding really unique things that you wouldn't think to put on a gift. But ornaments are great to add on, especially if they have a clip, easy. Clips onto a ribbon. Another thing that you always want to make sure you have, name tags. How many of you have wrapped all of your presents and then you're like, oh, who does this go to? I don't remember. You open it. We'll see. We've had that happen a couple times in our house. But Name tags are a must. And then really looking at different ribbons, you can go for different textures, different styles. It's all about finding what speaks to you, your recipients, and the occasion. Another interesting thing you can do is play with a wax seal. Get a wax seal with twine. Simple, elegant, different. And also how you put gifts on display. You can put them on more decorations. We have another one for Hanukkah. Didn't bring that, but we have one that's with a dreidel, and it's like an overflowing of gifts. Just a different way to style your gifts. I don't want to get too far in because I feel like there are a lot of gift wrap enthusiasts who have a lot of questions. So if you want, anybody have any questions or want to see anything?
One of the reasons I don't like to wrap is I feel like it's a chore. So I feel like I have to match the paper like I do wallpaper, right? And then the tape shows. So do you have invisible tape? Do you fold the tape underneath? What's the secret so it doesn't look like there's a ton of tape?
You want to know the secret?
Yes, I want to know the secret.
All right. I've trained with a couple professionals. One's in England, her name's Jane Means, and another one is in Atlanta, Mia, Canada. And they've taught me a couple tricks and tips over the years. And this is called an invisible seam. So, double-sided tape or hot glue if you have too much glitter paper, because that stuff, nothing will stick to it. So, one of the biggest things when wrapping a gift is if you're doing this at home, if you have a higher counter, if you have a table, you want to do that because you don't want to be wrapping like this all day. This would be really tough on your back. And so the first thing you do when you're wrapping is you want to measure. Some people like to use a tape measure, very important. Figure out how much do we need, because that's another thing. Are you using too much paper? Are you not? It's all over the place. So what I like to do, because sometimes I'm not so great with numbers, I make sure I cover the gift all the way with paper. You can all see. Okay, we've got this all covered. These are paper scissors. These are, anybody want to take a guess? Ribbon scissors. You don't want to dull your blades for your paper, so if you have an extra set that you can designate as your ribbon scissors, you can tie a ribbon on it, and just like fabric scissors. Anybody have a strict rule about their fabric scissors? Okay, so we made our first cut, and this is way too much paper. I don't know if you can see back there, but we have way too much paper on this side. What we can do is we can measure the side of our box, which is 2 inches, and you want to have that go halfway. So we can measure 1 inch, or if you don't have a measuring tape on you, you line it up to see where that would be halfway. Put your finger down, you say, it's 2 fingers. Over here, that's 2 fingers. Grab your paper scissors. Oh. So, to get this invisible edge, we're just going to put our paper at the end here. Let's see if I can grab this up. Right here at the end. So it's just a little bit of an overlap. Rolling in, come on. Here we go. We get our single-sided tape. Put that in the middle. And now, we do need to make sure that it's centered. Thank you, Craig, for this nice music. We make a nice crease so it looks very polished. Pull our gift tight. If you need a little bit of leverage, you can put it on its side, pull it down. Make sure you get all your air bubbles out. Bless you. And just keep smoothing it out. You want to get your edge again. You can also use a bone folder. Any of you save your fingers in your hands? You can use it like that. So now we have an edge because we folded it all the way around here. I don't know if that's all the way around. So we unfold it. Get a bigger table. We go to our crease line. You start in the middle and out. And you'll always get a straight line when you go from the middle out. And this is where your double-sided tape comes in. Put that in the middle. And it's okay if the double-sided tape sticks to itself. If it folds over, if it's too long, just let it stick. Stick it to each other. So we already have our crease lines of where it's going to go. Get all of our air bubbles out. And you just folded it around. We want to keep, for our invisible edges, we'll keep this side up, so we don't really want to lift it off the table. What we do is we get all of our air bubbles out, we squeeze it forward, just let it be nice to the paper, give it a nice massage. Got a crease line at the end. Make a crease right at the edge of the box. It'll automatically go in at the corner. You can use your bone folder, save your hands. And now, if it's, depending on the paper, you can add a little bit of tape down here to let it stick. Then you're just going to fold in, now that you've got these edges folded in, you're just going to fold in one side and the other. Bless you. One side. The creases will make all the difference. And then, to really make it look nice, just like our clothing, we don't like a raw hem. So we're going to fold that live edge. Start in the middle and go out. Grab our double-sided tape so nobody sees it. Can't tell everybody though. Please, keep it our secret. So we have one side done. Yeah, so we do the same thing on the other. Keeping it on the table, fold it down, get our air bubbles out, our little triangles, add our tape. It's a little different when you're not looking at it, but almost do it blindfolded, I think. With our edge hooked in a bit. And you have I don't know if you could see that. If not, not too bad. Thank you. Please try it.
How would you decorate it?
What would we decorate this with?
Yes.
Well, that's a great question. We could do a lot of different things. I think with what we have on hand today, let's see. Anybody particularly angry or frustrated? Not like with this, but anybody have any pent-up anger? No? Anybody want to have some fun and be a wonderful participant? You don't have to do much. Any volunteers? No? Okay. Can you please crumple this into a ball?
Sure.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I've never seen somebody crumple into a ball. Wow.
How small you want it?
However much you want.
Okay.
You are amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can't believe I did that. This paper's made in the US, right? It's beautiful. We could have had a regular belly band. We typically call these belly bands if you add a stripe of contrasting paper. This paper was torn. You can see the white. It was just a torn piece of paper. It was a scrap. We get a bit of scraps, and I don't like to waste things. No, don't throw that away. We could use it. But this is interesting now, because with this mat, you could do pleating. Pleating takes a while, or you could give your paper some texture. This is great if you have kids, grandkids, and it's a little more interesting than just the plain paper. So for this, we want to do the same thing with our live edges. And fold them, fold that. So we just took the edges, smoothed it out, and folded the top and bottom. Now your paper, it kind of looks not anything like that. So we can either go horizontal. You all like that? We could go vertical on the side. That's a different look. In the middle. The other side. Or you could even just go onto the bottom. You just have to just play. And that's probably the most fun, because it's, how do we make this look good? What's unique about it? How can it be different? So, paper, scissors, not the ribbon scissors. Okay, we'll fold this over again. Put one single-sided tape on the bottom so it sticks to the box in the middle. It doesn't have to be pretty. And then we'll fold this, the nice crease there. Get our double-sided tape, our secret. Don't tell anybody. There. All right, so what we do first, we have our ribbon scissors handy, and we have the end of our ribbon, and we make a loop, as if that's going to be how big our bow will be. And you just pinch it with a tail, however long you'd like the tail to be. You set that in the middle, and then you keep everything flat. You don't want to get your ribbon twisted. Bringing it down the back, lift it up. We just went around once. Okay, now we're crossing it over. Bad box, come on. All right, now the long end is going to go under as well. I heard that aha. Now we want to make the other one just a little bit longer. Now, the trick is, do not try to tie this any differently than your shoes. If you do bunny ears, do bunny ears. If you do a big loop on the right hand and you scoop it around with the left, do that. Don't try to do anything different or cute. It will look the best however you tie your shoes. So we take the one we just cut, go over and down. And now we have it at a cross. And the bottom is flat. It's not going to be bumpy. It's not going to rock every which way. It's easy. Let's see. So now we have a lovely assistant, but I beg for your finger. All right. So if I do one loop here, just like how I tie my gym shoes, got that there. Pull it through. Oh boy. Right there. Thank you. And if we got a little bit of a long end, you can trim it either way if you want it to be one side or the other. Just like how you tie your shoes. We could add a hummingbird. He's fun. We could go something crazy. Ooh, sparkles.
That's you suggest using?
I've used 3M.
Just 3M? Okay.
They've been great. Yeah, I usually get it in bulk.
Okay.
We go through these 3-inch spools pretty quickly.
Because I notice it doesn't stick to your fingers at all, so I just wonder if there's something
Oh, it
special.
does. It gets everywhere, just like the glitter. Like
Okay.
sometimes, you always lose a couple pieces of tape here and there. But the big thing about gifting and gift wrapping is fun. Just keep it fun. They're presents. I mean, we can make them look beautiful all day, but if they're not fun, and if you're not having fun doing it, pour yourself a glass of Chardonnay. Call me. I can either come to you, you can come to my office. I'm in downtown Royal Oak at Bamboo, where Bright Ideas used to be. Got a great space there. Happy to wrap anything for you or help you with your wrapping.